Howdy folks, today we're playing Blue-White Artifact Aggro and Brothers War Standard. Shout out to MBalrog6 for submitting the deck, and let's get into it. Okay, our opponent's going first here, and I think this is a keepable hand. Gonna need to draw some lands, but more on the draw, so I think you can reasonably expect we do draw one, although second Odoar is tough. This is something I usually try to stay away from in decks I build to... So I'm not drawing both of these. Oof. We don't have a soldier. Interesting. So this is gonna enter tapped. So I think that means we're gonna get a surge engine going, and next turn try to pump it. Make it unblockable. Could have played the Fortified Beachhead and just try to play a Steel Seraph. But we also had a True Drop in the bank in case they removed our Surge Engine, which they look like they did. But we also drew Plains, which is pretty nice. Question here is, do we want to play a Steel Seraph or a Combat Thresher? Opponent is mono white something or other. I think we'd rather get the angel down. Gonna have to pay a white for it, but if our opponent has to remove this Steel Seraph, that means you're gonna have a slower turn and it'll be better. They kill this with a removal spell that's not a lay down arm, so we can get it back with Lauren, but it's like they are Lauren it up. They missed a land drop though, so that's something to note. Yeah, definitely going to cast a Combat Thresher and play this Fortified Beachhead. Yeah, this Odoar is basically a spell in our hand now, which, I mean, that's part of the appeal of having it in your deck. I mean, it's never terrible in twos, but for a while it looked like we really were going to want to play it as a land, and we still probably would if we don't draw a land here, but yeah, that's how it is. Opponent probably has a Wandering Emperor here, so no need for us to run into it with the Combat Thresher. Blocking and then them plussing and us trading. Oh, anything in our graveyard, which is a little unfortunate. So we really want to attack, but we're like, this attack doesn't make sense unless they have a Wandering Emperor, so we're very certain they have one. So I think we're going to play this Urza and pass, and just make our opponent decide if they want to spend the mana or not to cast Wandering Emperor this turn, or use it when it can get more value potentially. So no attacks from us. See if our opponent plays out the Wandering Emperor or not. Just, it has to be what they have in hand. Okay, they had a way to use their mana, which is good for them. Now they could keep their Wandering Emperor again. Depopulate. Go, we'll draw a card for that one. That's fine. We are A-okay with that one. And now we can get the Combat Thresher Brat back with this Lauren, which I believe is going to be the plan. Just get some value going. Farmhand. Okay. So our opponent doesn't really look like they're too interested in killing our Lauren with the Wandering Emperor. We're looking to draw lands. I mean, we have a lot of everything else going on. Get him for 3. So we have a lot of options here. We could Combat Thresher plus Power Stone Engineer, which I think is what we're going to end up doing. Drawing a land there was good. You know, we're going to Power Stone Engineer so that if it dies, we get a Power Stone token. So they have another Wrath here. We're casting 7 mana Combat Threshers. Our Urza only powers up the Combat Thresher. Nothing else is an artifact. So yeah, we could cast this Urza, and then get in. Or the problem is it's exile. Yeah, I think we're just gonna attack. This way, if they block the Combat Thresher with a token that they produce from the Wandering Emperor, we can get it back with the Urza. If they just straight up minus on us, that's a whole other problem. But we'll see what they choose to do. You can put a +1/+1 counter here. They can do a bunch. Worst case scenario is them minusing on this Combat Thresher, I think. But it's definitely something they could choose to do. With everything face up, I have to imagine that's probably their best choice. I'm not really sure. Opponent's in the tank too, though. They are going to exile the Combat Thresher. Okay. So we could return it. Don't know if it's worth it, though. We'll say that's fine.
You are not much of a roadblock.
Are they gonna block? They could. Opponent is on 5 planes. Gonna take their 5 damage. And then we're just gonna draw a card with our Combat Thresher. We have a lot of big finishers at least, which is nice. So they're gonna have to have a lot of depopulates to keep coming at us. This Combat Thresher's a 3/3 double strike. It's gonna get some damage done. Opponent in the tank. Yeah, opponent, I don't know if they have another Wandering Emperor. If they had a Wrath here, I kind of feel like they would use it and then pump up, or then make their Wandering Emperor go big, but okay. Sanctuary Warden's pretty good. Counter on the farmhand, okay.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
So we're just like 1 short on this portal, which is kind of tough. So if we cast this Urza, then the Odawar gets a little cheaper, but it's already only costing 3. So we could bounce the Sanctuary Warden. Obviously, they get more cards if we do that. We bounce the Sanctuary Warden and then attack their Wandering Emperor with everything. Yeah, I think that's the plan. And I don't think we're going to attack Wandering Emperor with everything, but we're going to attack here and then like this. That way, if our opponent wants to prevent taking 10 damage, you have to block the Combat Thresher. It makes our portal better if we ever draw to it. Wow, nothing. Okay. Kind of feels like a Wrath then.
Until
this would be odd behavior if they were going to just recast the Sanctuary Warden. This means we get to get our... Yeah, they're coming in. Easy block for us. They want to have a Wandering Emperor here instead of a Wrath. We're definitely fine with that. Another depopulate's going to come. We're going to draw a card at least. Hopefully it hits us a land. Very well, okay. Gets the graveyard too. Yeah, guess we're just going to cast a Flesh Scourger. Yeah, I mean, that's our best spell. Need to draw lands. Flesh Scourger is a card that can only be cast for its prototype in this deck, so maybe it'll get the cut later on. If we had the mana for the Portal of Phyrexia, I think this game would be long over, but last we can't get there. You need the third path. Okay. It's better for us than them just casting a Sanctuary Warden. Unless they were trying to hit a land to exile the Flesh Gorger. Something possible. They're going to take a big chunk of life if they're going to do so. No, just going to get in with the Flesh Gorger. They have a Wandering Emperor. They're taking a 7-piece. Yep.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming.
I'm going to pay the ward. Yep. Put in the ward.
My judgment is final.
Yeah, we're going to cast this Assembler and this Frontliner. Really just need lands. I mean, that's the story of this deck. We're going to get outvalued here by Sanctuary Warden. It's kind of an unfortunate spot to be in. Oh, okay. Cityscape Leveler. Was not expecting that from our opponent. Gave us a Power Stone, though, so that means if we draw an untapped land, we can Portal. And for us, getting a Portal would be pretty good. Man, we cannot draw it. Well, yeah, we're casting our own Leveler. I want to attack the Wandering Emperor. Make sure can't make a bunch of tokens. Opponent could cast their Cityscape Leveler back. It's definitely something they could do. If they don't have a removal spell, it's probably their best option. Then we probably would cast ours back. Soul Partition. Makes it cost 2 more. Okay. They have a Sanctuary Warden coming down. For us, we just want to see an untapped land for this Portal to Phyrexia, because then we can probably get there. Opponent would then cast their Cityscape Leveler on our Phyrexia. We would get our own Cityscape Leveler with Unearth, though. Steel Seraph, sure, yep. Untapped land here, and this game's probably over. Hopefully we can get there, unless they go minus. They go minus to get to... Okay, that would have been a big brain play to get around the portal here with the minus, but they didn't do that. Oh my goodness. Oh, we can just not draw it, man. We can't draw what we need. That is so crazy. That is just unbelievable. Okay. Well, definitely killing the Steel Seraph then. We're hoping that our opponent is magically, again, at 3 creatures next turn for this Portal to Phyrexia. They kill our Urza, which looks like they're about to do. Then we are very much looking for... no, Spirited Companion, okay. Probably going to plus here. Looks like they're going to, okay.
Show them how we greet
Just to facilitate levels. Okay, with the Warden 2. Man, this game has gone about as well as it could have for our opponent, probably here. Interesting that they just have a Cityscape Leveler jammed in their deck. Kills our Urza. Gives us a Power Stone, so we can definitely cast the Portal, though. Blockers. I don't think it makes any sense to block. Taking all the damage. Unearths. So, I think we're going to try to bait our opponent into blocking with the Wandering Emperor, so that way this Portal can land. I think our opponent pretty easily wants to block here. This is really our only chance. Not sure our opponent knows how. Oh my goodness, opponent with a good read.
I guess that's it then.
Yeah, I think we still have to cast it though. Just a fantastic read by our opponent to not block. I mean, honestly, that was crazy. Okay, next turn we can get back a bunch of different creatures. Get back the Cityscape Leveler. Wouldn't get its trigger though. We could get back the Steel Seraph to block. We can cast this Cityscape Leveler though. from our graveyard. The shield counter is putting in work for our opponent. Sarah Paragon, they can get back. They can deny us anything from our graveyard, which is kind of tough. Plays their Steel Seraph. Makes sense. Okay. Okay, we're just getting run out of this game right now. What are they going to give it? Lifelink, makes sense. Our opponents played this pretty well. Gotta feel like we're getting kind of run out of a game we should have won here, though. Okay, making us both draw. That's the opponent. Mightstone, Weakstone. My graveyard. Do I need to try to hit another portal? Not sure another portal saves us. Nothing in the air is our big problem right now. Man, not sure what to choose. This Urza makes our stuff cheaper. Not sure it matters though. Guess we'll try Urza. Yocean Frontliner, okay. Yeah, so definitely going to be giving that Sanctuary Warden -5, -5. The problem is, opponent has lots of flying. And we can't block at all. So we're going to try to draw here. That's the target opponent. Oh, our own Steel Seraph is a good draw. That's what we wanted to see. I think we're going to replay this Lauren. Keep this one. Kill their Steel Seraph. I think we can deal with the Rabble Rousing for now. Play Ocean Frontliner. Don't think it's worth giving anything lifelink here. Okay, so next turn the plan is a Cityscape Leveler, the Rabble Rousing. If they have a removal spell here, we're dead. Has to be a lay down arms. I haven't really seen anything else. Could be a Soul Partition, I guess. Opponent has a lot of draws here that kill us, I suppose. They have a... Okay. Opponent is playing a... what ends up being a very similar deck to us. They're just jamming all the artifact... These just... all the best cards our opponent owns. Anything mythic or rare is just in our opponent's deck right now. And it's beating us, I'm not gonna lie. Scan, paint, and draw a card. Yep, go for it. So we're gonna get back this Sanctuary Warden at least. I think we're probably priced into killing their portal with our leveler. Opponent misses. No, that was not lethal, I guess, I suppose, because they would have gained us life. So lay down arms wasn't lethal. Okay, so getting Sanctuary Warden definitely has to be the get. Yep, remove a counter, draw a card, get a soldier. Citizen, rather. Yeah, I think we have to cast this Cityscape Leveler. I think we gotta go after this portal. Well, that wasn't in exile, that's right. Okay. Go on lifelink on us here. Since we have the Sanctuary Warden to block. Getting in. And I think we are gonna cast this Eocean Frontliner just in case they have another portal. We have some more things to sacrifice. Okay, maybe we're turning the corner. Gonna need our opponent not to have a big whammy here. Companion, okay. That probably indicates some weakness from our opponent. His hand. Ooh. Oh, we got there. I cannot believe. Whew. That took a long time, folks. I'm not gonna lie, but we powered through and we got there. Sheesh. Oh, let's get into a deck tech. Might make a couple changes, but GG's. Okay, and we're back with the deck tech, and I like the deck. I think my main thing I would change about the deck is that I'm not sure. You know, you look at the deck at face value, you have a lot of early sort of aggro elements. You know, the Ocean Frontliner, Surge Engine is kind of an aggro-ish card, not really, but Power Stone Engineer. You have these cards that attack really, but really it looks like the deck is built around these, you know, bomb cards sort of in the late game. You also have, you know, the autonomous assembler and the Steel Seraph that you can cast it early along with the Combat Thresher. You can kind of get in early with as well, but they also, you know, nice thing about the prototype cards is you can also cast them for more mana late. I think I'm definitely going to cut this Phyrexian Flesh Gorger, you know, and Balrog 6, the deck creator even said in, you know, the description of the deck that, they're not exactly sure if they should play it, considering you can't cast it for black in this deck. What I think I do want to do, though, is I think I want to change this deck to more of a aggro slant deck and lean a little heavier on Urza, Prince of Kroog. So I'm going to go ahead and make some changes that go along that line. So the first stuff I'll do, I think I'm going to get rid of this Loran, Disciple of History, and of the Third Path, along with In the Trenches and the Loran's Escape. Puts us down 7 cards, but I think what we're going to do, and the Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. But I think what we're going to do to make up for those, we're going to add another copy of the Urza, and then we're going to max out on the prototype creatures, Combat Thresher, Steel Seraph there. One of the better cards for this strategy is Patchwork Automaton, so we're going to add that in. The card just grows as you play more artifacts, which is pretty valuable. And look, you know, this is a deck that looks to have a lot of artifacts going on. I think we're going to get rid of this Power Stone Engineer as well. I think we just want to be more aggressively slanted than that. And to replace that card, I think I'm going to go get Hot Shot Mechanic. I think I'm going to try. Just as a creature, artifact creature that gets pumped by the Urza. So it has, you know, all of these synergies going along with it. And it also is a 2-power 1-drop, which complements, I think, the Frontliner pretty well. I think we're going to go mostly all in on these aggro plants. I think we're going to get rid of the Phyrexia, Portal of Phyrexia, and the Cityscape Leveler. And I'm going to add some fun of cards. I'm going to add Lion Sash. It's a way to deal with graveyards, which is pretty nice in a deck like this, I think. Gonna add a copy of that, and I'm also gonna add a copy of the Reality Chip. Also, do I have one of these crafted? Apparently not. Add a reality. I don't need a wild card for that. Okay, well, hold on, let me go grab a wild card. Okay, I added the Reality Chip in there as well. And the next thing I think I'm going to tackle is the mana base. So we do want a lot of white and blue sources because of Surge Engine and Lion Sash. So mostly blue sources matter more, but definitely want some white sources as well. So I'm going to max out on the Deserted Beach and the Adakar Wastes. I'm going to get rid of a Otawara. I'm going to add an Aganjo. And we're going to add some more blue. Can also add some Mistress Foundries going on. We do have a soldier in the deck, so I suppose Fortified Beachhead is better than Skybridge Towers, certainly, I would imagine. I'm gonna give her the Agandra here so we can look more what we got. I think I'm gonna cut some of the plains. Yeah, just go down some plains maybe. Let me look at that, see how many lands we're at here. 24 lands, okay. How do I like this? Just thinking about it. I'm gonna pause and think about it. Okay, so I think I decided I don't like the fortified beachheads, and I'm going to cut them for 2 blast zones and a plains and an island, I believe. I think that is going to be the overall plan. I kind of like blast zone. Let me see if there's any other blue-white lands, though. Yeah, it looks like for other blue-white lands, we'd be looking at, yeah, like the fortified beachhead we just cut, the idyllic beachfront, just a tap land, Skybridge Tower, just tap land that draws a card, and Tranquil Cove. And I think with all that being said, we don't have that many I'm just gonna go up the plains because we don't have that many plains islands. Basically, I'm trying to say we don't have that many mana pips, but we do have this hot shot mechanic on turn 1, so we do want to be able to cast that on turn 1 reliably enough. Which I think we can probably do here. The Adakar wastes and stuff going on. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I think maybe you could swap one more island for plains, but I think I'll keep it at this. And yeah, I'm excited to see how this deck performs in the games. Okay, opponent's going first. We will keep between the first games after the deck tech, the ranks reset. So back down to gold. We have this Patchwork Automaton next turn. I think we do want to cast. And then the turn after that, we can play Combat Thresher, or we can double up on the 1-drops. They're going to counter it. Okay, that's fair. Maybe that was a reason to play both of those, but I think we just had to do... We had to do what we could there. Just jam our spell. I think we're going to do the same thing this turn, just cast our Combat Thresher. No counter from our opponent. Deserted Beach. Okay, could have used another land there. I like it. Now we get to resolve this Urza Prince of Kroog. Opponent didn't do anything with the mana that turn. They could definitely have a Sheldred here. Though Silver Scrutiny. Oh, sure. Sign me up for a huge attack here. Give me the +1/+1. Yes. Want it down to 6. Gonna need a raft. Some blue-black though. Kind of tough. We have the Ocean Frontliner. Opponent could play a Sheldred here. We have the Mightstone and Weakstone for it. Opponent's in trouble. Getting the aggro beat down right now. Yeah, okay, drawing some cards. It's not gonna be enough to save him here. Yeah. Gonna attack. Does our opponent have a go for the throat for this Urza? That would keep them alive, certainly. Have to have something, I would imagine. They have an Infernal Grasp, okay. That was a good one for them to have. Still getting them in for a lot of damage here. I think we would rather play this Mightstone and Weakstone and draw a card since we're pretty ahead on the board. Do I want to play this Patchwork Automaton? I think so. Next turn, if they wipe the board, we can still Combat Thresher unless they have exactly Farewell, which they have the mana for, and they were holding the white mana for long enough. Didn't think they would have Farewell, but looks like we're gonna get Farewell this turn. And that is really tough. That's not where we wanted to be. Getting in there with this Mistress Foundry for sure. Just playing as many things as we can out so we have lethal threats. Do have another Farewell? Depopulate, okay. There's a card they could have. See what opponent's up to. Gonna need to remove a spell for this Mistress Foundry. We have lethal with the frontliner next turn. Opponent debating about what they want to do. Another Foundry is solid. We'll take that. Play the frontliner. Fire up the Foundry. Get in there. Okay, cutting down. They didn't let us attack yet. So that means we don't get the ability to save it, which is kind of tough. They're gonna let us attack. They have another cut down. I'm really thinking about it. Come up with a year ago. Let's attack. Get the Mistress Foundry down and the Combat Thresher. Drawing a card, which is going to be good for us. Zero Beach is not the best draw in the world, but now we have 2 lethal threats. Opponent could just play a big blocker, though. And that would hamper our plans. They play that set cycling it, so they definitely have a plan. Okay, my guess is that this plan is a Wandering Emperor. I think we have to play into it, though. Hullbreaker Horror. Okay. Don't know, our opponent knows if this has double strike or not. I don't know. Definitely wasn't expecting a Hullbreaker Horror there, though, but we'll take a dub. GG's. Okay, our opponent's going first. We're definitely keeping it. We have just some decisions about when we want to play the Deserted Beach. Well, that decision just got fixed for us. Okay. Play the frontliner here. Next turn, we play the Surge Engine. Turn after that, we can... Oh, opponent, they have a Fading Hope? There's no way they Fading Hope this creature. There's... Okay. Opponent's about that work, apparently. Sure. Are they gonna play anything? Not. We're playing a Surge Engine. Yeah, we have to play the Surge Engine. We can't play the autonomous assembler. They have a Make Disappear here. They're really interested in keeping stuff off the battlefield for us. They'll definitely counter it. I think they think we're soldiers and they're just all about that countering work. We've only shown them soldier stuff, though. Impulsing, sure. Nice thing about assembler is it just keeps getting bigger every turn. Get the assembler down. Frontliner. Next turn we'll be hitting real hard with the Urza. They could have another Fading Hope. The problem with Fading Hope is we're just recasting these creatures. Delver Secrets, sure. I'm definitely gonna play this Urza. Gonna imagine it gets killed or countered or something, but if they counter it, then we'll certainly be fine with just attacking anyway. They would need a bounce plus something else to make... yeah, okay. I don't know what they could have. Tough for our opponent there to compete with our draw. So, alrighty, GG's. Alright, opponent's going first. Looks like a reasonable hand for us. Add a card waste and Deserted Beach combo. Not the greatest combo in the world for us to have, but what we're doing. Opponent drops a hello, we'll drop one back. We could have played the Deserted Beach first and played Surge Engine on turn 2. It's definitely possible that's what we should have done. Get bailed out by drawing this land, though. Bonus on Grixis, obviously. I think we'd rather them kill the Surge Engine, probably. Gotta have a removal spell here for your opponent, you would imagine. And the Braid, destroying the artifact instead of dealing the damage. It's always interesting when they both kill it. It's like, what are you gonna choose? Chose to destroy the artifact. Wandering Mind, yep, it's fine with us. Okay, Reckoner Bankbuster. That'll be solid for them in due time. I think we just need to be mana efficient. Get this Steel Seraph going. Give our man lifelink. Kind of gonna imagine they're gonna block. Might as well just get the value while they can, especially if they're gonna plan on killing our Steel Seraph or anything like that. Next turn we get the Urza down, which is nice. Turn 5 we could Reality Chip plus reconfigure potentially. Yeah, opponent. They're probably gonna want to make our opponent use a removal spell this turn, so we don't. They don't want us to just draw a bunch of or gain a bunch of life with the Urza. I think we'd rather play the Foundry just in case there's a chance we would attack next turn, paying the life anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Might as well get the Foundry down first. Opponent's gonna have to decide what they want to kill now. They would go for the throat, it's not good enough. Cut down will kill this Urza though. I'm gonna just draw, okay. If they have the Brotherhood's End, I think that would make sense as well. Get in lifelink. Definitely could be a Brotherhood's End for our opponent because they know us. It would kill both of our creatures. Probably have some. I think they had a removal spell there of some kind. Another Braid, okay. That means they didn't have a Brotherhood's End, so we can read them off that. They had the mana to cast one, certainly. Now they're gonna draw, probably. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this turn, just getting the Reality Chip down. I think we'll attack. Attack first. Get our damage in, play the Reality Chip. See what's on top. Opponent's gonna draw. Sounds good to us. Yocean Frontliner. Gonna pay, have this attached to our Kroog. That way we can start getting value if our opponent doesn't have a way to kill it. I have to imagine they have some way to kill it though. To have another Braid. It's possible. Opponent's definitely gonna be way in the lead if they kill this Reality Chip. If they don't, then I think we have a reasonable chance to get in the lead. Invoke Despair. Okay. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna keep equipping this Reality Chip here. Play the Mistress Foundry. And I think we're gonna play the other Frontliner too. Go ahead and pass the turn. See what our opponent has here. One removal spell means we still get to do our shenanigans here. Corpse Appraiser, getting our Frontliner. Okay. We're fine with that. Opponent's looking for something specifically, would seem. Yeah, that's fine. Resolve there. I'm gonna see if the reality chip can carry us in this game. Opponent doesn't have any more braids, which seems to be pretty nice, unless they just drew one or found one with the Corpse Appraiser. Harvester, okay. Gonna get a turn with this reality chip. Hopefully we can do something good with it. Hopefully it's not another couple of lands here. Play that land, play Urza, okay. Gonna auto pay. And we can cast that Mightstone, Weakstone, which is nice. Does our opponent have a make disappear here? They couldn't have an essence scatter. If they have a make disappear, it would actually be a good play. In this instance, for them to cast this, since we wouldn't be able to cast Mightstone Weakstones, but that could also just counter the Mightstone Weakstone as well on its way down. Gonna try casting that. And they do have a make disappear, okay. No attacks from us. We're gonna pass. Our opponent could kill our Yoshin frontliner, but then we could just reattach the reality chip to something else. The melded version of this Planeswalker, I don't know if we'll actually ever get a meld, but the melded version is it's disgusting. You can activate the loyal abilities twice, exile 2 non-land permanents. Opponent wisely goes for throw. Probably not going to get too many other options with that card against our deck. And they can definitely kill our frontliner with the Harvester if they want, though. An option available to them. Finally, out of drawing cards with a Bankbuster. It looks like they're going to go ahead and cut down, and they're going to use the Harvester to kill the reality. No, they can't kill the reality chip. Maybe we can kill our frontliner now. Buster. Okay. See if they use this Harvester or not. Looks like they're not going to. Definitely going to block. That's good. That means we can reattach land. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to do anything except for get this reality chip going. Just try to get as much going as possible. Drawing a card here. Opponent maybe has another make disappear. I'm not really sure. It'd be a lot of exactly what they need if they do have that. Second Bankbuster, solid. We're obviously not gonna blast. So I don't think it makes any sense. I'm gonna cast this. See if our opponent wants to counter it. It's possible they counter it. If they counter it, then they're running out of things to do. I'm not gonna counter it. Okay, sure. Now they're running out of cards in hand. They're gonna draw another one with a Bankbuster, obviously, but we're fighting through. Gonna get aggro. That's fine. They attack with a Harvester World. We're definitely blocking it with a Combat Thresher. Beats. Hoping this Yoshin frontliner lives. Interesting, you would cycle instead of draw a card there. The Bankbuster. I'd say that he'd probably do that out of order. They had a removal spell for our frontliner, they'd have used it. Play this Deserted Beach. Steel Seraph's looking good here. Yeah, I think we're going to cast a Steel Seraph. Do they have another counter spell? This Maid of Make disappears. It's time they'd have to sack their 1/1 for it. Okay. They're just Maid of Make disappears. We'll decline. Play the automaton, leaving up the deserted. Well, no, we can't do that. Yeah, just play the automaton. Like, there's no way there. Okay. Go ahead and pass the turn. Opponent's gonna get us another 3 damage or 4 damage with the Bank Buster. It's fine though. We're grinding. Certainly grinding. And they're drawing. Rally Chip's doing its work. I think they killed the wrong creature there. Opponent's really low. They are going to be able to crew the Bank Buster, but that's not going to crew the Bank Buster. Okay. Yeah, definitely going to cast this automaton. And I think we're just going to cast as many things as we can. Cast this. I'm going to cast the Thresher for full. Then we're done casting things. I think it's worth it though. Draws a card. Let's play a land off the top. No attacks, pass the turn. Now we can block. Gets rid of their Takanuma, which if I was them I might have kept. Quebec Wandering Mind or Blood Tithe Harvester for your Fable. Cut down on our Patchwork Automaton. Okay. They're drawn. This turn they have to attack with a Bank Buster, I would imagine. It can force us to chump block, which is kind of tough. Yeah, having the removal spell for the automaton was a little rough for us, but how it goes. They have another removal spell, game's over, but we will see. We've been grinding though. Steel Seraph off the top would do wonders for us. For gaining some life if we live. Yeah. I think we have to try to trade here. And just hope our next turn goes pretty well. Land, sure. Automaton. And then we'll play the Surge Engine. Grow the Automaton. Playing Islands. Might as well go on another Surge Engine. Make our guys big. And able to block. And we can cast this Urza, but I think we'd rather do that when we're ready to go after our opponent. So we can keep this Otawara up. Which is what I think we'll do. Or level up the Blast Zone to 3. I think those are solid options. So we'll go ahead and pass. Opponent is limited to just 1 draw step, which is nice. They hit a really big draw step, so we're dead. At least Invoke Despair, we can't do anything about that. Fable, sure. It's pretty good. I think that means we're pretty priced into making this Blast Zone a 3/3 and killing that this turn. Bankbuster coming in. Yeah, I think we'll trade Bankbuster for an Automaton or an Engine, whatever our opponent deems necessary. Probably the Automaton. And it's fine here. We'll level this up. Play planes. So we have an Urza on top. I think we need to blow this before opponent gets any more value, though. And we don't have anything cost 3, which is nice. Sniping some stuff over there. Casting the Urza and getting discounts, I think, is worth it. Ooh, Lion Sash, solid draw. Yeah, that was solid for sure. And do we pass again? They draw exactly Invoke Despair. I don't think there's anything we can do to stop it. Outside of that, it's having the Automaton worth anything. Costs 1. So I think it is, yeah. Cast the Automaton. Cast the Surge Engine. And now have the mana open. Yeah, have the mana open to exile with the Lion Sash if need be. They have an Invoke Despair, still dead. Hopefully they don't. They have a removal spell. Okay, we get there. Oh, that game looked dire for a while, but I'm glad we came home with the W. GG's. Okay, and we're back with the wrap up for Urza's army, and I like this build of the deck. I don't know if Artifact Aggro is the best best thing we could be doing in general in the standard, but I thought it was pretty good. I liked the reality chip in that last game. Just completely kept us in the game. I mean, you know, I took out the Portal and the Cityscape Leveler for it, so maybe those cards also could have done some work, but they wouldn't have done work as early as the reality chip did. So I think certainly it was cool to see at least that pay off. Small sample size and all that, but it was cool to see that pay off. I think the mana base ended up coming in pretty clutch too. Having the Blaststone definitely mattered in that last game you saw as well. And overall, I think the plan of casting a bunch of artifacts that pump each other or get bigger in general, or are just big with Hot Shot mechanic. There's a 2 power for 1 mana, and obviously all of our prototype creatures, along with the Urza Prince of Kroog. I think that's just a solid plan. Just getting after our opponent. You have this aggro game plan, where I feel like if you do everything right, I think you can be favored against most flavors of aggro. I don't think Green White Enchantments is something you'd want to play against, but Steel Seraph is certainly pretty good against mono red, especially if you already have, say, a big Patchwork Automaton on the battlefield, and giving it lifelink, swinging in can definitely change those games. I think in general, it's good plan against aggro decks, mid-range decks. I think your opponents are going to be surprised with the late game staying power that we have. Obviously, we just card advantage Grixis. They drew unoptimally, but they were hitting us hard in the beginning of the game. And control definitely have the ability to beat some of the control decks by going fast as well, if they have a rather slow draw. Yeah, interesting overall build. I would recommend playing this in the ladder. It's a lot of fun. And it plays a lot of unique cards. If you own most of the Brothers War, this is one of the decks for you. I mean, everything from here to the right is all Brothers War. And you also have the Surge Engine, also Brothers War. A lot of the lands are Brothers War. Yeah. Cool to see. Yeah. Thanks for submitting this, Balrog 6. Hopefully you like the changes I made to your deck. You can see both deck list linked down below. If you like this deck, you'll probably also like the blue-red artifacts control deck I played yesterday. That's on the channel right now, so you'll see that on the end card here if you haven't seen that deck yet. And until next time, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.